Yeah, my friend pointed that out because I'm like, yeah, I want to get it.
Is the
I have to get my PC set up.
is the Skype cutting in and out?
You know, I have to get on Steam. It's like $5. So. He's like, oh, it's free on the phone. I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Carrie is muted.
That's like the other Carrie.
Yeah.
Carrie with an I.
So, my first question is, Jeff Kaiser, you are playing a warlock, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It hurts because my dad opened the door one time, so I fell back onto the stairs. And it wasn't on top of the stairs, it was like this.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt for a while.
Right on. Yeah.
My knuckles still, like, and it's still messed up right at my finger.
We don't really have a warlock, but this will do for
Just
now.
make me do the sword and shield.
You what?
I'm wearing half plate.
Here, and then
Okay.
some right here,
I don't really.
and then one back here. When I fell, see, I take
And I'm
the
emo.
angry, and then I go.
I don't have anything that matches that description. But-
So pick any with a Kira t-shirt on it, and then it'll be fine.
And Carrie, you're playing a bard, right?
Mm-hmm.
What race?
I am. Vistani human.
Okay. So I don't have a female, but here's a bard that's rocking out with a lute.
Great.
And Carrie Mraz, what are you playing?
I think he's muted.
Half elf.
Oh, there he goes.
That's right, you're a rogue, right?
Oh,
Or better known as a thief.
2 rows. We have 2 sneaky boys. That's gonna be fun. Especially from here.
And you're playing a rogue. What race are you?
Changeling, and I already put a figure up there.
Okay. Is that you?
That's her.
That's you. Okay.
I just put one of mine up there until I
Okay.
page a new one.
And what are you playing, Cameron?
I'm going to be a paladin dwarf.
Perfect. CL, what are you playing?
I'm Minotaur, barbarian.
Minotaur Barbarian. Yeah, I like that.
Rar.
And what is your character?
I am a tiefling, Mephistopheles background sorcerer with dragon blood lineage.
Nice. All right.
I'm a little bit of everything apparently.
You're a mutt, so you don't have genetic
Name's Hans.
So, the next question is, Jeff Kaiser, what is your character's name?
Pepperell Doohickey.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Pepperell Doohickey.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What was the first name?
Pepperell.
Pepperell.
I'm just
And-
gonna remember on my doohickey.
And Carrie Mraz, what is your character's name?
I am Misery.
Which Carrie, to whom are you speaking?
Yeah, what's your character's name?
Maisel. As in marvelous myth.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to remember all these.
I'm writing them down because I'm gonna mess
Oh,
up.
that's.
Okay, and Calvin.
I should probably write these names down.
I have a cool thing.
Do you want a blank piece of paper?
And Kira, what's your character's name?
Mine is Cheeson,
Chisa?
as CHI. Sin.
Space, that's it.
So, Chisa.
Sim.
Sim. And Cameron, what's your character's name?
Helga.
Well, that's okay.
I think I can remember that more than the others.
What race is Velvet?
A dwarf.
Dwarf.
Almost went with Bertha, but Bertha's always got to be big.
Big
I
Bertha.
hope you know
Can you imagine
which
naming
kid's
your
going.
daughter Bertha?
And Billy, what is your character's name?
It's like 4'9".
Carrie, C-A-R-I-E-S.
Oh,
The third.
what I thought was cute is, you know, how the Among Us characters look like little bean legs.
Yeah.
And see
They're
what's your
only
character?
3'6".
With a Y.
So, you know the little crewmates?
Okay.
They have to be smaller, like, if the normal ones are 3'6", and the little crewmates are about almost the size of their leg, they're really tiny.
Yeah, they must be. You're right. Wow.
Okay.
And I didn't know if you knew, but the Among Us
Welcome
characters
to
are actually
the first
scientists.
episode of Curse of Strahd, live streamed from Gun Gaming and Grub and Dog in Troutdale, Oregon. We will just get right into it. So you are all in the small town of Daggerford, which is maybe a day and a half, 2-day ride south of Waterdeep. And werewolves in the mist. You've heard these dreaded words spoken again and again by farmers, merchants, and adventurers alike. The hamlets east of Daggerford have fallen prey to a pack of werewolves that spills out of the misty forest on nights of the full moon, cloaked in crawling mist that seems to follow them wherever they go. The beasts spread death and mayhem, slaughtering adults and stealing children before retreating back into the woods.
Yay!
Others have tried to combat the werewolf menace with little success. So, I know that Calwyn is a member of the Harpers.
What's the picture?
So I told you guys to think of who you wanted to be aligned with as far as the factions go. There's the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, Emerald Enclave, Lord's Alliance, and Zentarin. So we have one Harper agent.
I have to go with the criminal side, so.
You want to go Zentarin? Okay.
That's what I was going to go with.
And you're going to go Zentrum? Okay. Who would you like to go?
I don't know.
So let's see, you're a paladin. You would probably most likely drop into the Order of the Gauntlet.
Well, our characters aren't really from around this area, so I don't even know if we would be aligned. We're like from way off.
I mean, you could have joined when you came here.
Is there anything like a union for like craftspeople or anything like that?
There's a number of guilds, but I would think as a paladin, Order of the Gauntlet, this is only going to matter for about the next 10 minutes, so.
We can
Oh.
go Gauntlet. We're playing Gauntlet.
I'm doing Gauntlet.
And
We'll go Gauntlet.
See, since my character is more of a criminal.
I would think that as a Minotaur Barbarian, you would have your choice between either the Emerald Enclave. Well, maybe not a choice. Emerald Enclave would probably be, because they're barbarians, druids, and rangers.
I'm following her around.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
So wherever she ends up is where I'll be.
Well, you're all, it's not where you end up, it's who you are aligned with, and we'll get into why in a minute. But I would suggest Emerald Enclave. You want to get as many advantages as you can. Maisel. Who do you want to be aligned with? Carrie.
There you go, Emerald.
Can you hear me, Carrie? You're muted.
I thought I was a Harper. I
You
thought
can,
you said
you
Carrie
can
was a
also be a
Harper.
Harper. Yeah.
I assumed that you were talking about me.
No, the other Carrie is also a Harper. So the two Carries are
Oh,
Harpers.
that sounds not confusing at all.
And Pepperell, who would you like to be?
Lord's Alliance, because my father will hate it.
That's right, Lord's Alliance. You and I had talked about that. So let's see here. Maisel and Calwyn.
However you want
A
to
harper named Zoran Roaringhorn knows a metalsmith who will silver your weapons for free. He also provides some helpful magic. We strive to protect the powerless, he says. If the children kidnapped by werewolves are still alive, I would see them safely return. So Calwyn has he has secured 6 silvered weapons, and I believe, Calwyn, you took ammunition, so 20 pieces of ammunition counts as 1 weapon, and you took like a dagger, you said?
It said that I could either do a silver dagger or I could do silvered crossbow bolt.
Your choice. Well, you could do both.
I'll take. Well, I want everybody to have a fair shot at it too,
Okay.
because that'd be 2 separate weapons, and that would leave 3.
Right. Well,
Right. So I'll take the silvered crossbow bolt.
Okay. Silver crossbow bolts. You have 20 silvered bolts. And then that leaves 5 silvered weapons for everybody else. Who wants a silvered weapon?
I do.
How many daggers are there?
Well, you can have 1 silvered dagger.
Yeah.
He'll any dagger you give him, he will silver. So you're going to take a silver dagger?
Yeah.
Okay. And you...
I got a battle axe. Will you silver that, or do I have to
Sure.
what he made?
Nope,
Okay.
you can silver it.
Oh,
I will go last and see if there's, because I'm a spellcast, so
Oh, okay.
if other people need it before I do.
Okay. And...
I mean, either my horns or my battle axe.
I would go with your battle axe.
I
Don't wanna
probably
make my
should have
head silver.
silvered my rapier.
So that leaves...
I'll let everybody
you
go
can silver
first.
your rapier, that's fine. Instead of the
I
dagger.
like
you
that.
can silver-
Yeah.
Silvered.
Okay. So that leaves 1 silvered weapon left between Maisel and Pepperell. Which one of you wants a silvered weapon?
I'm a sword fighter, so I'm gonna be in there smacking things. I'd like my longsword silvered unless Maisel is gonna be a primary face-to-face combatant.
But no, I would have gone with bolt as well. So
I actually have something else for Maisel. So Pepperell, go ahead and take your silvered longsword. And Zelron gives Maisel a spell scroll of remove curse.
Ew.
And Maisel, why don't you go ahead and introduce us to your character? Tell us a little bit about Maisel.
Okay. So Maisel is a human bard. She is of the Vistani, and she puts on a really great act when the moment requires it. So she can be super charming and do her bard thing. But you notice in downtime, if you catch a glance at her and she doesn't realize that you're looking, that there's something off about her. That she can have a big, charming smile, and then the minute no one's watching, she goes back to like sullen and blank because she's dealing with a lot of trauma. And her comedic bent and her music and all of that is to distract people from what's really going on behind the scenes.
Nice. And actually, I have another little piece of information for Maisel. Hold on, let me find it.
I sort of think of her as a performer who's gone through something like Judy Garland towards the end of her career, where she gets dragged out on stage and is all adorable and then immediately falls apart when no one's looking.
Vistani, you get a special ability.
Ooh.
Assuming that I can find Vistani in this
Here's
damn
what
book.
changelings normally look like.
So I know I have the evil eye.
There it is. Yes, you have, so as a Vistani, Vistani have the evil eye as an action. A Vistana can target a creature within 10 feet that they can see. This magical ability that the Vistani called the evil eye duplicates the duration and effect of an animal friendship, charm person, or hold person spell, but requires neither somatic nor material components. Spell save DC is 8 plus the caster's proficiency bonus plus the caster's charisma modifier. If the target succeeds on the save, the Vistana is blinded until the end of the Vistana's next turn. A Vistana uses Evil Eye, can't use it again before finishing a short or long rest. So basically, you have to rest in between. Once a target succeeds on saving throw against the Vistana's Evil Eye, it is immune to the Evil Eye of all Vistani for 24 hours. You also have the ability to utter Vistani curses, and the save for that is DC 8 plus the Vistana's proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. The curse lasts until ended with a remove curse spell, a greater restoration spell, or similar magic. When the curse ends, the Vistana suffers a harmful psychic backlash. The amount of this psychic backlash depends on the severity of the curse that was involved. And so here are some examples. The cursed target is unable to perform a certain kind of act involving fine motor control, such as tying knots, writing, playing an instrument, sewing, or casting spells that have somatic components. When the curse ends, the Vistana takes 1d6 psychic damage. Another example, target's appearance changes in a sinister yet purely cosmetic way. For example, you can place a scar on the target's face, turn the target's teeth into yellow fangs, or give them bad breath. When it ends, 1d6 psychic damage. A non-magical item in the target's possession may disappear and cannot be found until the curse ends. The lost item cannot weigh more than a pound. When the curse ends, 1d6 psychic damage to the Vistana. Another one, target gains vulnerability to a damage type. This one, when it ends, it causes 3d6 psychic damage to the Vistana. Target has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws tied to one ability score of the Vistana's choice. When that curse ends, 3d6 psychic damage. The target's attunement to one magic item ends, and the target cannot attune to the chosen item until the curse ends. In that case, when the curse ends, the Vistana takes 5d6 psychic damage. And the target is blinded, deafened, or both. And when that curse ends, the Vistana would take 5d6 psychic damage. So once per day, you can curse somebody in one of these similar manners.
Man, I feel bad for
Okay.
whoever-
A question about the unable to complete a motor skill. Could that include loading a weapon? Like if someone was attacking with a bow and arrow, could I curse them so that they couldn't load their bow?
Oh, you see, I have a problem.
Probably not, because I wouldn't think. If it were like a sling or something like that, I would say that would require fine motor control, but something like knocking a bolt, or knocking an arrow, or dropping a bolt, or knocking a bolt into a crossbow doesn't really require that much agility. But definitely something like loading a sling would count, because they're small.
Okay, that makes sense.
But, bonus points for coming up with new ways to utilize your curses. Most certainly.
I curse him to blink constantly.
Oh, that's they can't see. I like it.
Their eyes are constantly watering because they blink so much.
His tear ducts are on overgo.
I like it.
And Calvin, go ahead and tell us a little bit about you.
Well, this is gonna be a problem. Come on.
My name is Calvin Torin,
Calvin.
but Calvin, and anybody who knows me calls me Nix. I am a rogue thief, and will not look at you directly in the eye. My eyes will flick constantly, looking for where your purse is and see what weapons you have.
Wonderful.
I'm carrying a crossbow and a whip.
I don't think I can be though.
Okay. So, the Lord's Alliance comes to Karis III. Or, I'm sorry, not Karis III. Pepperell Doohickey. The Lord's Alliance operative from Waterdeep named Aravian Hond comes to Dagford bearing news that Alliance agents have not only captured one of the werewolves, but has also conducted a thorough interrogation before putting the creature out of its misery.
Like, you just poke it in? Or?
And he lets you in on the following information. He tells you that the werewolf pack has almost a dozen members, and the leader of the pack is someone named Kirill.
So it's almost like...
The werewolves come from a distant land called Barovia. The Lord's Alliance has no information about this country. The werewolves worship a deity that they simply call Mother Night. And the werewolves leave and return to Barovia through some kind of ancient portal. Aravian does not know what the nature of this portal is or where it is specifically located, other than that they know that it is in the Misty Forest. And
I just stare blankly until he stops talking.
he supplies you with a spell scroll of magic weapon. And he promises to furnish you with a letter of recommendation if you are able to destroy the portal.
I don't want any recommendations from him, but I might choose to do what he asks anyway.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about Pepperell Doohickey.
I'd rather not, but since you asked, I am death, I am pain, I am misery. Don't look at me.
Writes in his journal a lot. Listens to a lot of Sarah McLachlan songs.
Now that you told me not to look at you, I'm gonna do the opposite.
The arms of an angel.
So he's a half.
Anyone who does look at me within 10 feet, I use telepathy and I shout in their head, stop looking at me.
There's a constant minor illusion of a crying puppy over his left shoulder. For just 3 cents a day, you can sponsor this puppy.
I'm a loner, I don't chat, don't come near me, I'm not pleasant. Let's get to it.
So, our Zentrim operatives. Sorry, I'm still learning names here, so these are all new people to me. Chisim and Karis III.
You wanna go first?
The Black Network sees the werewolf menace as an opportunity to provide lords and nervous landowners with mercenaries to protect their holdings. But at least one of your fellow members has a grudge against the Lycanthropes. Davra Jasur, a member of the Zentrim based in Waterdeep, arranges a private meeting with you. And she tells you that while staying at the Way Inn, which is an inn between Daggerford and Dragonspear Castle, or Dragonspear Keep, that the werewolves attacked the Way Inn and killed her husband.
Oh no.
Her husband was a man named Yorick. He was a member of the Black Network in good standing. And she wants revenge. And because she's too tied up with Zentrim business, She can't go and enact vengeance on her own, and so she asked that you do it for her. And if you are able to kill these werewolves, she will provide you with, each of you, with a special favor on behalf of the Zenter. And that's all that she really has to offer you.
Promise of a future favor?
Yes. Yes.
Broke ass.
Hopefully she keeps her promise.
She's interested.
Well, I mean,
Don't count on it.
it's kind of like the letter of recommendation from the Lord's Alliance. These are considered marks of prestige. So, like the letter of recommendation or the promise of a future favor from the Zents are pretty big items, because it's not like there's really no upper limit as to what you could ask for. So,
So we could ask for anything.
just about, yeah. So Mike,
You.
Mike the Minotaur.
Yep.
The Emerald Enclave, you don't need to consult with others in the Emerald Enclave to know that the werewolves are upsetting the natural order. You saw that the entire trip that you both took here to Daggerford. For balance to be restored, they must be eradicated. It seems that the gods of nature agree, for they have sent good weather and preserved the monster's tracks. As a member of Emerald Enclave, whenever the entire party kills a werewolf, you gain inspiration. Tell us a little bit about Mike.
Okay. So Mike is the mighty warrior, great grandson of the fallen Minotaur warrior, Mike.
Minotaurs lack imagination.
They do. They really do. He's been traveling with his companion Carries, mainly as a guard. He takes his guardianship over her very seriously. Otherwise, he's here for the ride and trying to make a name for himself as Mike.
Okay. And last but not least, so the Order of the Gauntlet tells Helga, you met with the heads of the Order of the Gauntlet chapter house in Waterdeep. They stationed members of the Order at various inns and homesteads east of Daggerford, so that locals need not fear the night. Now they're counting on you to find the werewolf's lair in the Misty Forest. Only then can the Order mount an organized assault. As you're prepared to depart, a knight of the Order named Laniver Strail offers you his blessing. Laniver is a lawful good human knight. He's a devout follower of Tyr. And he's recently arrived in Daggerford as well. He supplies you with a potion of heroism.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So, you're not the only party that's being sent out there. Daggerford is, Lady Morwen Daggerford is, there's a pun here, and you're not going to really, none of you are probably going to get it, but Lady Morwen Daggerford is hell-bent on stopping these werewolves. But oddly enough, Lady Morwen doesn't come out to address the parties that are going on in search, and they're fanning out kind of like a search and rescue party when when a hiker goes missing or whatever, there's multiple parties of you guys, and they're just going to scour the countryside. The Misty Forest is a very thick, old forest, so it's difficult terrain to get through. And instead, there is this old knight that walks with a cane, and he is basically the as far as the duchy is concerned, he is the trainer of the militia in Daggerford. And you know that this knight has served valiantly in the past. He was present. He originally obtained his injury, and the reason why he walks with a cane is a dragon actually pierced his leg. And after they successfully killed the dragon, he had part of the dragon's bone carved into this cane. And he was also recently, in the very recent past, was present and helped, well, the Duke of Daggerford was killed in a tragic incident involving witchcraft and the summoning of a devil. And this knight was able to put him down.
I guess people are getting out of hand with their witchcraft.
Oh, yeah. Mistakes were made. And
I bet. I don't think they really wanted to summon that demon to go and
so
a rampage.
this knight is basically telling if any party that is able to put these werewolves to the sword will be granted land titles in the areas around Daggerford. And
Every other group is an enemy.
it's later in the evening, and you guys set out towards the Misty Forest. Everybody make a perception check.
Apparently, if you hear or see a bleacher, that means the I saw it today, so I should be pretty lucky.
I might have saw it.
Or not.
I do have divine sense as a paladin, if that's your...
I have +2 in bluff.
So, what did she say again?
She isn't paying attention very much. She got a 7.
Oh, and you can make that roll with advantage.
Okay.
What did Helga get?
I'm not the exact
A
same.
7, but yeah, I do have divine sense. I don't know if that actually...
Okay, we'll come back to your divine sense.
I have +2 in bluff.
What did you
if
get?
that helps.
What's a 5?
Wow, you guys are
Second.
so perceptive. And you
Both
got a
of my
7?
rolls- No, both my rolls were exactly the same. 18.
Oh, okay, so hold on.
Hey, at least.
Pepperell, what did you get?
4.
We're not.
Pepperell's busy constructing emo poetry.
Yes, I'm cutting cardboard figurines out to put into my journal to represent the party.
I'm
Yes.
just trying to make sure. Nobody.
Maisel, what did you get?
Yes. Looking at my hit list.
11.
Okay. And Calvin, what'd you get?
21.
Nice. So, Calvin and Mike notice that it is as you guys set out, it is the first in the series, the beginning of the series where the moon is going to go full, and you know that is right for lycanthropes. And the woods darken and the trees seem to begin to close ranks as you get deeper into the forest. Their needle-covered arms interlocking to blot out the sun. A shroud of mist that covers the ground turns into a creeping wall of gray fog that silently envelops you until you cannot see more than a few feet in any direction. Soon, even the light amount of werewolf tracks that you've been able to find start to disappear as the fog thickens.
I snorted the fog in disgust.
Can I make a survival attempt to keep tracking?
Okay, go for it.
Whopping 8.
Okay. So, Pepperell tries to track and lead you guys, and tries to stay focused on where these werewolf tracks are going, or even where they are. And before long, the fog gets so thick and the sun has set that you can no longer tell which direction is which, and you're not sure where you are.
Can I try doing it in best?
I should use my divine sense to sense if there's anything.
So you're
60 feet.
so with your divine sense, I assume you're doing detect good and evil.
Let's see.
I think I'll just sit there and glare at nothing.
You know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. You know the type of being, but not its identity.
So your divine sense, so good would chime in your ears like celestial wind chimes, whereas evil smells like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
And usually you can sense which direction that chiming or that evil stench is coming from. You reach out with your divine senses and you get the scent of evil, but at first you're overwhelmed because it is entirely around you. It seems like it is coming from the fog itself.
I think we should all stand back to back then in a circle.
Okay.
Visualize.
You hear in the distance, you can hear the sound of a wolf howl.
Let's howl right back.
I am just going to, I guess, get my rapier ready.
Okay. So are you guys holding still, or are you...
What's our light source looking like right now?
I would imagine you have torches or any spells, if anybody has any light spells.
I have dark vision, so it doesn't matter.
Torches.
Torches?
Sure.
I don't have any. I don't have any
We have a
light.
candle.
I cast light on a coin I keep in my pocket like a flashlight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any light source.
Are we stopping for the moment?
I'd like to go ahead and do a stealth check.
Okay, hold on. So, I'm sorry, what did you say, Curry?
I'd like to go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay.
I have an 8.
Okay. So
That means I got a 1 plus 7.
So a strange thing happens when you, so the last I heard, you guys were going back to back and you're in a circle and you're in this forest. And I'm going to assume that to do a stealth, because the fog is so thick, that you're going to try and step into this fog to hide yourself. And a strange thing happens when you do that, is that the fog completely envelops you and you get lost. And then, even though you were walking away from the party, you come out the other side of the fog on the opposite side of the circle.
I want to attempt to do something.
Okay?
I'm gonna pick a stone up off the ground, cast light on it, and throw it ahead of me as far as I possibly can.
Watch it come back
Okay.
and hit you in the back of the
That's
So-
an
head.
experiment.
You throw the stone with light on it, and it goes into the fog, and as it pierces the fog, you can see the fog roll around and envelop past that stone, and the stone disappears.
Oh. So I guess it only teleports people? Or whatever it does?
Mike, go get my rock for me.
I'm gonna howl and try and get this thing to just shut itself.
You howl?
Yeah,
I
howl
don't-
right back at that
I
one.
don't
Okay.
want it here. We can't
Show
see
yourself,
anything.
coward.
We would be at a
That's
very disadvantage.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, with all the fog, we can't see it.
That's true. I just want to fight some evil.
But I bet it can
Hey,
find us.
evil! Stop doing all that evil.
Knock
Stop
off
being
all
so
the
tricky
evil.
about it.
Wait a minute.
Do you have rolled up newspaper? Bad evil. Bad.
So out of the fog, me.
Plus one newspaper.
Everybody make a perception check at disadvantage.
Seven.
Ooh, 15.
The two.
Wow! That's pretty good.
I got an 11.
It's not as good as the 22, but
I got a 10.
them's the
I'm
break.
starting rolling high.
You got a 10?
6.
Natural 1 for Whopper 5.
Wow! Not one. Venture Brothers. I know why this plane crashed. The people driving it were skeletons.
Exactly what happened.
Well, it makes sense if you're scared.
I am scared.
Mike the Minotaur scared of the dark.
It's true.
I mean, I just like
Coming
at
out of the
fog, I guess.
forest and through the fog, you see a werewolf in hybrid form, just as Helga had requested.
Sweet.
But it does not surprise you. Everybody roll initiative.
I'm just gonna glare at it now. I have found something to glare at.
Are you sure it doesn't surprise me?
Let's see here. Pepperell Doohickey, what did you get?
Didn't surprise you. 'Cause you
7.
Wow.
All you can hear is the chattering of the
Wait,
teeth.
what do you? I know
Maisel.
that's something to this,
I'm
right?
ready.
15.
Your initiative, if there's a
I'm in
plus.
your one
Calvin.
It's your dexterity modifier.
11.
peeking.
Okay, then I get a 9.
You got minus on your
She
dexterity.
Sim.
No, I got an 8. 9. I have plus 1 dexterity. The only thing I have minus in is charisma.
Helga.
It's not in intelligence.
12.
Well, we can't be friends.
I have
Cherries.
one last time.
6.
And Mike.
7.
Okay.
We do not like the fog.
Clearly. So, Maisel, you see this werewolf stepping out of the fog. What do you do?
Well, I alert all of my less perceptive friends that to the location
Okay.
of the werewolf.
Okay.
Oh no, I found
It's
it.
over there.
I'm glaring at it.
So, I mean, he's literally,
Glaring at the Minotaur.
yeah, he's coming for the Minotaur. From you, he's like 20 feet away from you.
Good thing I didn't see.
Okay. Can I target him even though we're not in initiative? I have True Strike. Do we have to have rolled for initiative for me to use it?
You are at the top of the initiative stack, so it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is use True Strike,
Okay. I think.
which is my action.
Is
Sadly.
it, or is, I thought Tree Strike was a bonus action. Let me.
No, it's an action. It's a
Really?
cantrip, but it's an action.
Well, that kind of seems like a whole lot of uselessness. That you
It's
are
good until our
providing-
next hit, I think.
I get advantage the next time I attack.
Right. Huh.
But
Okay, so yeah, that would give you advantage on your next attack. So you cast.
and I'm perfectly happy. I'm perfectly happy being on the opposite side of the circle as him, so I don't need to move.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do with your bonus action? I guess there's
Not
really
that I can think of.
Yeah, there's not really a lot you can do now. Okay.
Nope.
Helga, what would you like to do?
I can move about 25 feet. Can I run up to it?
Yeah, you can get there in 20 feet.
Okay, I want to run up there and yell at it and swing my silver battle axe.
She'll let it in a language it can't understand.
Let's make it sound angry.
Yes.
Let's see. So if I have proficiency with a weapon, what does that mean?
That means that you can use it normally. If you are not proficient in a weapon, then you are at disadvantage.
Okay, and then I roll to attack, and do I add anything to it?
So it would be, if you're proficient in it, you get to add your proficiency bonus to your attack. You get to add your, so what weapon, you're using a sword or is it an axe?
It's a battle axe.
Battle axe. So you get to add your strength modifier.
Okay, yeah.
And that's, since it's just a silvered axe, that's just it.
Okay.
There's no +1 for the weapon or anything like that, because we haven't gotten you any decent loot yet.
So it's 11 to hit, but it doesn't hit.
That hits.
It does?
Oh, wait.
No? Okay.
No, you just miss the werewolf.
Okay.
Let me
that
guess, by 1.
Yep. Yep. More like you go to swing and he bats your axe out of the way.
Alright, that works for me. Well, that's my turn. I'm right there to take damage, I guess.
Calvin, what would you like to do?
I would like to attempt to stealth again.
Okay. Well, you don't have to stealth again. The werewolf. No, I guess you would have to stealth again. But so you're level 1, you would have, that would be your action.
That's a full action. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not high enough level to get that as a bonus action for your rogue.
And that probably goes the same.
Okay, then we'll just do a ranged attack with a whip.
Okay.
Which has a range of 10 feet.
Okay.
I
Are
need to
you
get within
sure
10
that
feet.
you want to use the whip?
It's one of the carries.
It is?
I swear.
Is that it? Is the person who's talking?
I gotta remember how to do all this.
That's one of the carries, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Full one. Okay, I'm assuming a 4 does not hit.
No. 4 does not hit. When,
Okay, then
when
I'll take a
step. When Helga, when you narrowly missed and the werewolf parried your axe, where the back of the werewolf's paw hit your axe, you see smoke come off the back of his paw.
Oh yeah, because silver and werewolves don't get along.
So Calvin, you miss with your whip.
Hey, we can
Is there
just
anything
throw,
else you'd like to do?
We can just throw silver
Correct, I'll
coins
take
at
a
it.
step back and just hide behind somebody else.
Okay. You can hide behind Pepperell.
Yeah, I wouldn't hide behind me. Even though I'm
There's
pretty
a couple
tall.
of people between me and the werewolf at the good.
Chi Sim, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess instead of just sitting there glaring at it, since I have my sword ready, I'll just go up to it.
Okay. Make your attack.
Do I add anything to it?
So it would be your d20 roll plus, in your case, because you're using a rapier. So in your case, it would be your choice of either your strength modifier or your dexterity modifier, whichever is higher, because it's first
They're
or
both.
it's finesse. And then, so it's your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dexterity modifier plus your d20 roll.
Okay, so my proficiency bonus and my strength, that would be a total of 13.
You hit. Roll your damage.
And it's a... For me, it would be a 1d8, correct?
Maybe.
It says my hit dice is 1d8.
Your hit dice determines your hit points, but your rapier, yes, it is 1d8 piercing.
Yeah. And it's this die, correct?
Yes.
For a total of 1 hit point.
Okay. Now, here's something else that's kind of cool about, so you said that you also had a dagger?
Yeah.
You could make an offhand attack with your dagger. Now, the difference with that is that you can add your proficiency bonus, but you don't get to add your strength or dexterity.
Okay.
That is. Now, so where you pierce the werewolf with your rapier, you see that it is bleeding from where you pierced it, and there a little bit of smoke comes out as you pull your rapier away. But you slash it with your dagger, and where the dagger sliced into the werewolf, you can see that there's a red streak, and then it instantly heals.
So it only works against...
We have to use silvered weapons or it's not gonna
Does anybody have any silver coins?
Here, we'll give you money. Oh, no, it hurts. Pepper will doohickey. What would you like to do?
Has the werewolf gotten to go yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I will move up the 4th square, which puts me to the right of the silver armor dude.
So me.
Like right there?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
All the way anyone near me hears me in their mind going, I'm gonna kill this dude, this dude's dead, I've gotta kill this dude, I want him dead, he needs to die, I'm gonna kill him. Over and over and over. And then for my bonus action, I use Hexblade's Curse on the werewolf.
Okay.
+2 to, let's see, hold on. Damage rolls, okay. First I gotta hit it. Longsword silvered. Oh, nice. 22 hit.
Yes.
For 11 points, counting my Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
And that wasn't a critical, so I'm okay. Nothing else. Then I will move 5 feet away.
Okay. All right.
Still muttering telepathically to everyone within 10 feet. Kill him, kill him, kill him dead. We want him dead. He's gotta die, 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 die. Including him. He hears.
Yes, everybody. It's like raw static. Mike, what would you like to do?
I will notice what's going on, finally. And I will come to, I guess, from me personally would be the far side.
So,
Really close side.
like over here.
Sure.
Okay.
That's good. And I'm going to use my great axe.
All right.
14.
That is.
Damage.
Nice. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think I can do anything.
Okay.
And my great axe is not silver.
It is not.
The battle axe is.
So, yeah, so you slide, your great axe bites into this wolf, and again, I mean, it was a grievous hit, and as soon as you pull the axe out, the wound closes up.
Silver only works against this thing.
I was hoping just powerful enough
Yes, Carrie, yes, the Twitch stream is on the battle mat. The werewolf is going to attempt to claw Chi Sim. Maybe not.
I mean, it depends.
An 11 to hit.
No, my armor class is 12.
And then it is going to attempt to bite Helga.
What?
Hope you got your rabies shots.
But
So love.
because he is incompetent, he only gets a 6.
I think he's distracted by all the chanting that's going on inside his head.
Yes.
That isn't his thoughts.
Yes.
That's the point of it. Terror. I'm death, I'm pain, I'm misery.
Carries the third. What would you like to do?
I'm going to point at it and start cursing at it with the vicious mockery of, your mama is a goblin dog with fleas.
Okay. Do they get a save?
Save for wisdom, and it's a DC 14.
So he rolls an 18.
Damn.
His self-esteem is too healthy.
Yes.
You can't take him down.
Yes. He feels really good about himself. So,
My mom doesn't have fleas.
is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay, and we are back to Maisel.
I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers with advantage.
Okay. Does he get a save on that?
It is a Wisdom 13.
No, he only got a 12.
And I rolled an 18 to hit.
That hits. I don't think, but if you're doing Dissonant Whispers, I don't think you need to make an attack.
I think so. It's under my...
No thanks.
You've had these before, right?
The bread and butter ones, yeah.
Are they good?
They're kind of sweet. I'm
So Dissonant Whispers is a spell. You whisper a discordant melody that only the creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. They make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use a reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you. So yeah, you don't need to make an attack. So he already failed his save. So you get to deal 3d6 psychic damage, and he has to run away.
That will be 8.
Okay. And because he is running away,
Someone kill him on the way, his way
so
as he runs.
Mike,
He runs
Helga, and Chi Sim, you all get attacks of opportunity on the werewolf.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural one.
Oh no. Please don't hit me.
No.
24?
You hit.
Soft 20.
You hit.
Am I able to pull out my battle axe for it, or is it just
I would say that you could drop your great axe and draw your battle axe.
Since.
6 damage?
Enthusiastic,
Okay.
quite
And
evil.
then, let's see.
It's not working out.
5.
Okay. So yes, you both connect.
And then also a few items here.
Helga drops her axe in her attempt to hit this werewolf.
And now, since there's a noise, I'm gonna glare at her axe.
So, Helga, you can spend half your movement to pick up your axe.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yes, I will.
And then, even if you moved 15 feet, or you only have 25.
Yeah.
So even if you moved the other 10 feet, you wouldn't be able to hit him, but you're a paladin, so did you take any javelins? Oh, but they're not silver.
Yeah, they're not silver, but they might
Trip 'em?
trip him or pin him to the ground or something.
I mean, it doesn't.
It'll make me feel better.
Yeah, I dropped my axe, but it's my first chance to fight evil,
Well,
and I screwed it all up. I didn't even make a dent in it.
I think so. If she were to pin him to the ground, would he still be pinned, or does it just when it heals, even if it's still in there, or does
To pin him to the ground, she would literally have to get an nat 20, because I mean,
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking about the
what
javelin going all the way through him and into the dirt.
Or
I
thought,
mean-
how much clothes is this guy wearing? Not very much, probably.
Not a whole
Yep.
lot.
typical
Yeah.
werewolf clothing?
Hulk smash.
I'll throw something.
Torn purple jeans.
Let's see if I can just not roll like crap. No, I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6, so I think I get like 8.
So,
Well, after they looked up, they looked like
so,
Say-
Calvin wants to know if you guys think that maybe we should capture him.
What with?
That is an even better question. So,
Why?
did you want to throw your javelin?
Yeah, I rolled like crap again though.
Oh,
Not
okay.
a 1, but not good.
Okay. So, Calvin, what would you like to do?
How large is the werewolf?
It is a medium humanoid. So, in hybrid form, this guy is probably, 6'8".
Oh, I'm so tall.
Are these all humans
What
that got
would,
cursed, or are they
Would I be able to, as a half elf, be able to try and grapple with it?
So you're gonna try to grapple with it?
Yeah.
It's just a question. It's just an open question.
Yeah. I mean, you could attempt that.
I'll cheer
grab
that
them, I'll
on.
set them on
Okay.
fire.
The reasoning behind it is that it's a human during the day and a wolf at night. If we can ask it questions, we can find out where it's from.
So
So,
the thing about lycanthropy is that one of two things can happen. The first being that, the individual gets bitten and is cursed with lycanthropy, and so they have a choice at that point. They can either fully embrace being a werewolf, in which case, yes, they automatically change at the sign of a full moon, but the rest of the time, they gain the ability to control that. And they can control what level of change they go through and can change in action. Like in 6 seconds, they can change.
okay.
The other half is they
All right,
decide that they're going to fight the lycanthropy, and then they lead normal lives until there's a full moon, and then they eat a baby.
Oh, there goes the child.
Best of us, man.
All right.
Sweet baby race.
I will shoot at it with a crossbow then.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
That reminds me of the conversation I had yesterday. My friend asked how to get
21 to
baby chunks
hit.
out of a blender.
Yeah, that got him.
I told her I thought
4
she already
piercing
broke
and
baby
5
juice out
with a
on
silver
her. So I'm like,
bolt.
yeah, take it,
Okay.
poke it loose.
Yeah,
and flip
so
it.
he now has a smoking crossbow bolt sticking out of him.
Just an oversized card.
Is there anything else you'd
Okay,
like
and
to
then I'd like to move to the middle of where everybody else is, so it doesn't come after me. And then I'd like to spend my time reloading the next one.
Yes, hide.
do? You hide in plain sight?
Yes.
Yep. Right in
Okay.
the middle of everybody.
Yep. Use everybody else's cover. Chi Sim, what would you like to do?
First, I'm gonna glare back at him,
Hey, glaring is a free action.
and then I'm going to try to hit him
Okay. So are you?
with
You're gonna run up to him and hit him?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, you have exactly enough movement. Go for it.
Or not hit him, because I rolled a 3.
Down, no, that is a miss.
But I still get the glare.
Oh, you get an offhand attack. Although your your dagger does no damage. Yeah.
I'm just gonna glare at him more intently, hoping that it does something.
Yeah, animal handling probably isn't trying to help.
No.
Who's a good boy?
Got a stick.
Pepperell, what would you like to do?
Like, get out of here.
First, from where I am, for bonus action, I'll cast Hex on him.
Okay.
And I want him to have disadvantage on Dex checks.
Okay.
Then again, I don't think most of
Then I will use a move and dash past the spirit figurine to get behind the werewolf.
Okay.
Unless it was maybe you tied a camera to a bird, but then again,
Okay.
birds just
Behind him.
do whatever they
Well,
want.
yeah, you're okay.
Like completely opposite the flanking. Yep. And then tell him, my friends want you to surrender, but I do not.
Okay. Make an intimidation roll.
Then again, she wouldn't be able to glare at the person.
I rolled like garbage, a whole 9.
Why are we so bad?
He snarls. Mike, what would you like to do?
Something new, so reach.
So I would like. Is there at least 20 feet between me and the werewolf?
Yeah, there's 25.
Excellent. Then I'm going to make my boring rush at him.
Okay.
I can do a dash, move at least 20 feet, and I can make a horn attack as a bonus action. At the end of that dash, I would like to tackle him to the ground.
And he has disadvantage on Dex checks if anyone has Dex spells.
Right. So
Cardboard and then a giant soda bottle. Because it has that little.
and he gets an 8 for his dex save. So
I was just working a
He's gonna be
bit on
prep.
that this
I got a
morning, then I went
17
back
to smack him
bed.
with my horn.
you get him.
Ooh, 11
Oh,
damage.
I want to see when it looks done, 'cause that sounds cool.
So yeah, I'd like to
So
tackle him up
Saturday
and
is.
So yeah, he is prone,
Oh, cool.
and but your horns do no damage.
And I'm probably gonna be
Yeah,
wearing
and
a
he's
cosplay
and he's
too.
prone. So
That's my favorite character.
the werewolf.
And hey, even Wolverine hurts even if it doesn't deal damage.
The werewolf is going to spend half his movement to stand up. So Mike, Chisim, and Pepperell get attacks of opportunity on him.
Okay, yeah, let's.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Finally, man. Gotta get some good rolls down.
And I rolled
Pepperell gets a 15.
That's a hit.
I rolled a 5.
That's a miss.
I think it's up to you.
For 15 points of damage.
Yikes.
18 points.
He's double hexed.
Yeah. And Mike does another 18 points, and the werewolf is slain.
Good.
Snort in victory.
Snort in victory. The werewolf, on a rope around its waist, has a pouch, and in the pouch are 2 copper pieces and 4 gold pieces. And you notice that all of the coins have a mintage that you've never seen before. It is the mint inscription on the coin. It says it has a carved relief of a man with what appears to be longish hair, at least shoulder length, holding up a goblet of wine, and it says, "Yeah."
With my heritage, wouldn't I know who it was? Given where the Vistani come from?
It depends on where you were born.
What?
And I'll leave that up to you. If you want to have been born in Barovia, you could.
I sort of assumed that was the...
Okay. So...
Because I think that's where the evil eye comes from, and the curse comes from, is from...
Well, it comes from the Vistani, and the Vistani themselves are planeswalkers. But I mean, that's fine. If you the relief is of a man holding up a glass of wine, and at the top it says Barovia, and underneath at the bottom of the coin, under the relief of this man, it says, "I am the land."
I'm everywhere.
So, Maisel, having been born in Barovia, you know that this relief on this coin is Count Strahd von Zarovich, the leader, the Baron of Barovia. You also know that you know the term everybody in Barovia refers to Strahd as the Devil's Strahd. And you know that Strahd is a vampire.
Yes.
Now, are you going to let the rest of the party in on this information?
Oh, I can show you.
Am I going to let the rest of the party in this information? I don't actually, now that, of course, meta-wise, everyone knows, I don't think I'm going to share it quite yet. I'm going to hold what I know back.
Okay.
Just to see if we can get the information another way, because I'm not entirely sure I want everybody to know my gory details.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna sort of glare in her direction. I try intimidating.
Does the werewolf change back, or does he stay wolfy?
He changes to a human.
Damn.
Man, we couldn't skin him.
And he is a fairly young man, probably about the age of 16 or 17. And on a rope around his neck is the head of a stuffed doll. And there is a tag coming off of the ear of this, like it's a stuffed rabbit, like a sock puppet rabbit with button eyes. And there's a tag off of the ear. And when you look at the tag, in common it reads, is Noblinsky is no fun.
I'm gonna take that.
That was pretty cool.
Did you all get a trinket?
I got a trinket.
I did not.
I think I have one.
I don't
You
think
rolled
I
a
have
percentage
one.
dice or something, right?
Down here.
I took the golden key to my family's crypt.
I have the vial of dragon blood for a trinket.
Okay.
I have a ring of keys for forgotten law.
Okay.
I do not. You gave me that cool scroll.
Which book has a list of the trinkets?
I don't know if that counts.
I have a list right here.
I rolled 59.
You rolled a 59. Okay.
Oh wait, we have to roll?
You got. You got some nails from the coffin of a hanged murderer.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Can we trade?
You what?
Can we trade?
No, mine's a bet.
She's Sim. Go ahead and roll a percentage.
So this.
The two 10-sided. Yeah.
67.
You got a walking cane with an iron ferrule that strikes sparks on stone.
Cool.
As you walk down a cobblestone street, it sparks at the bottom of the.
My dress. Ah.
Did anybody else need a trinket?
I
I do.
think I do.
Go ahead and make a percentage roll. top that is carved with 4 faces: happy, sad, wrathful, and dead.
Oh,
I love it.
Dreidel, dreidel.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It has a very, what is it, Roland Margulis feel to it.
Yes, yes it does. All right, give me just a moment. I will be right back, and we will move on into the mists.
I'm gonna refill my drink.
All right.
I'm gonna make my easy mac.
Put up. You just tell people, like, I swear he was a wolf when I killed him.
Likely story.
Then I thought I left it in the car. I think I left something in the car. Back.
Okay. You guys continue trying to follow this werewolf's tracks. Everybody make a perception check.
Perception, that has not been going well for me. Let's try a different die.
10.
Jeez.
I got 17. Go ahead.
13.
I'm gonna roll the bottom.
18.
Wow. So we got a 17, we got an 18. 17 and 18, you guys can see up through the mist.
And 20.
I'm sorry?
And 20.
At 20?
Oh, and 20.
You can see up through the mist in the night sky. You see that a black bird is circling overhead. When it feels your eyes upon you, or upon it, the raven flies away.
Darn it, I wanted the bird.
But after a while, it comes back, but it keeps its distance from you.
Maybe it's trying to get us to follow it.
It's evil. Evil.
Before long, you guys are traveling through the forest, and the sun is starting to
ravens are
rise, but you don't see a blue sky. It is a gray, misty, rainy, wet day. Black, and the dirt suddenly starts to give way to a dirt road, and black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around this muddy roadway.
Okay.
Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their
always bring that
branches
back with me
clawing
anyway.
at the mist. And on either side of this road, there's basically like a ditch off of this road, and then it's just, the ditch goes for like maybe 10 feet, and then there's just this thick forest. And just behind the first row of trees in this thick forest, there is this impenetrable fog that is just hanging.
Heavenly.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Pepperell's quite pleased.
And you can see, yeah, Pepperell's like, I'm home. You can see that this road where these black pools of water are formed, there are wagon wheel ruts in this road. So it does appear to be a rather heavily traveled road. Before long, the fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming in the gray fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars, and two headless statues of armored guardians flank these gates, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
Ah, yes. I love this.
So these statues are like 100 feet tall,
Aww.
as are the gates.
I'm going
So I
to
can't.
slightly kind of smirky smile at them.
At the statues? Are you smiling at the heads that are on the ground, or just at the statues themselves?
I guess the head's on the ground.
I wanted to fix it, but those heads are just too big. I think
As
they're
you
normal size.
as you approach these gates, when you get to within 30 feet of these gates, you can hear suddenly the sound of rusty iron, and these gates go and open up, and the road continues off into the fog.
I'm gonna glare at the gate because it made noise.
I sure hope there's some evil to fight in there.
Yes. Hey, evil.
Yeah, can finally do something.
I don't know, seems rather
I just like glaring at noise.
Hey, they opened the doors for us. They must want us to come in.
Exactly.
I feel like this is Scooby-Doo. A little bit.
I'm enjoying the tenacious dew.
I'm gonna look up and down.
Tenacious
and
Dew, is that
and
like a
ahead.
Barovian soft drink?
That's
Yeah.
how the dew clung to the statues and one of the things I said tenaciously.
I'm gonna look around on the heads and the statues and see if there are any gems or jewels or anything of any value.
There is not.
Then I go tisk and walk away.
I'm going kind of enjoy what silence I have and walk forward.
You go through the gates and you continue on this road. Towering trees whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist block out all but the death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude a feeling of an unvoiced scream. Everybody make a perception check.
Just like home. Except for I don't have a
As
home.
a Minotaur, do you get advantage on perception checks for smell?
So,
Not that I saw.
Chris, while everybody's doing their perception checks, Maisel is gonna start whistling "Take Me Home, Country Road," but in like a minor key, so it's like kind of like
Like a
low and
dirge.
haunting.
Take Me Home Country Road as a funeral dirge.
Is it auto-tune?
Since she's
No.
making noise, I'm gonna kind of glare and almost glare, but more of an interested glare, you can say.
I got a 15.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I start a telepathic round of row, row, row your boat that takes me home country road.
Everyone stop singing and proceed.
What'd you get?
Since with all this noise, I got a 12.
A 12.
I'm just trying to figure out
While
what's going
they're
on.
Singing, I'm gonna bust out my little flute and do perform.
Okay. Calvin, what'd you get?
I'm glaring.
Everyone's so
Soft,
excited.
funny.
Ooh. What did Pepperell get?
4.
Unenthusiastic
And Maisel.
about all of this. I'm just like,
16.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm supposed to be
So,
silly.
Maisel,
Those cramps.
Helga. and
What's her face?
so you guys smell. You catch the scent of death on the air.
I love the good fresh scent of death.
The foul scent leads you to a human corpse half buried in the underbrush about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to have been a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days, and he holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
Well, they didn't hide the body very well.
I'd like to look over for any gems, jewels, or coins, or
I'll
anything
read
of value.
the envelope.
I'll just pick.
I'm real sad about this, though.
I'll-
That sucks.
I'll poke at the dead body.
There.
Nobody poke at it.
I throw out my arms in a dramatic fashion. Everybody will wait.
For us.
And I sit down, I start sketching
Felt
it.
respectful in this universe.